Hi there. Really? Try that again. Hi there. I am coming to you live from just above Interstate 70 in West Virginia. I am taking a 3-state drive on today's video from Ohio through West Virginia into Pennsylvania. Sounds like a lot, 3 states. It is, but it's not. It's about a 15-minute drive. It's a very narrow section of West Virginia called the Panhandle. It's a pretty hilly drive. It is a pretty drive, which is hilly, that is to say, and hopefully you'll enjoy coming along with me. So buckle up and let's go explore the West Virginia Panhandle along Interstate 70. And a little bit of construction going on this exit. Hopefully I guessed correct. It looks like I did, because that section of highway is very clearly closed. We are on Interstate 70 heading east. Currently in Bridgeport, Ohio, and heading for West Virginia. I'm going to cross the West Virginia Panhandle on today's video. It's a driving video, which I haven't done in a little while, so that's exciting. We're actually going to be going across a bridge and through a tunnel, over an island, all sorts of fun stuff. This is the first time I've been on this highway in several months. It's actually been closed for a long time, and they only just reopened the full length through the city of Wheeling recently. You had to take the I-470, go around it for a long time. So here we are, Bridgeport, Ohio, and now into Wheeling Island across this tiny little bridge, and we are in West Virginia. I know there was no sign. There used to be. They had to take it down for the construction. But we are technically on an island off the coast of West Virginia, so that's kind of fun to say. I'm not sure how well you can see, but there is the city of Wheeling right over there. Cool old city. I'll be glad to do a video of it one day, but we are crossing the bridge here from the island across the main part of the Ohio River Channel and heading into the Wheeling Tunnel. This is a wild ride here. Glad I invested in the high quality phone mount. All right, tunnel. I believe this tunnel is only open in one direction currently. Thankfully, it's the direction I want to go, so it works out well. We don't want Moundsville. Not today, anyway. Moundsville, West Virginia is just a little south of here. It's kind of cool. It has an Indian mound, as well as the old state penitentiary, which is super fun to visit. Now that they let you leave, of course. Ogilvy Park. Classic old vacation in the Highlands place. Dates back 50 years or more. I don't know, 80 years. They do a cool winter Christmas lights display that I went to last year or the year before, and it was really, really nice. Definitely recommend that. And here we are, the exciting West Virginia Highlands. We're going to cross the whole state in one video. Ohio, straight through to Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful day here. Very, very blue sky, light clouds. one of those days where the clouds just add to the scenery. No threat of rain or anything, just occasional shade. It's about 45 degrees outside here in early November, and as you can tell when we get by the hills, we're a little past peak foliage. Still lots of color, but definitely a lot of bare trees. And for those of you who like orange construction barrels, this has probably been a really exciting journey for you all. You can count the barrels, you can look out for the different kinds of barrels. It's like bird watching, but not as interesting. Now, up ahead, you'll start to see it resolve on the side of that hill that's just ahead of us. That is where 470 comes down and rejoins 70. It's sort of a little bypass that splits off right before you enter West Virginia and passes around Wheeling. I guess so you can avoid all that Wheeling traffic, which I've never seen any. Certainly right now you can avoid the construction. But I wanted the construction. I wanted to show you a slice of real life, what Interstate 70 is right now. One moment in time. I'm not going to start singing, don't worry. See, the sun came out from the clouds and now it's super sunny out. Kind of messes with the video a little, but that's okay. That's okay. And here we are. You can see over there, there's the wall of 470 as it comes down the incline and rejoins right over here by Elm Grove and Triadelphia. And that's US 40 there. Elm Grove is the exit that you would take if you wanted to go down to New Vrindaban and the Palace of Gold, which is a huge Hindu temple about maybe 14 miles south of here in the hills. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Very much recommend if you're interested in religion, culture, architecture, food, history, scenery. The gardens are beautiful. They also have several interesting giant Hindu statues. 40-foot tall statues of some of the deities and one of an elephant. And they have peacocks that roam around. It's really neat. And food. If you like Indian food, all the curries and lentils and saag and puris and rotis and dal that you could ever dream of. Plus, they let you pet the cows. No, seriously, they actually have the barn and the cows come in, and before they're milked, you can pet them, and they actually let some people help with the milking, which is super cool. I didn't get to do it last time I was there. A little jelly of the people who did, but you can. Yeah, maybe I'll do a video down there sometime. I like to just go down there and walk around, kind of meditate and enjoy being somewhere interesting. We get a highway split here. I'm going to take this lane so that we get to go on the opposite side of the divide and enjoy another fleeting pleasure. This will last only so long as the construction lasts, but here we are driving eastbound on the westbound side of I-70 through the panhandle of West Virginia. Wheeling itself is a really nice city. I've been there and been through there a number of times. It has a lot of history. Birthplace of Billy the Kid. And probably other people. A lot of pre-Civil War era stuff. They're houses and buildings that date back a good 150 plus years. Wheeling used to be an outpost of Virginia before it split off and became part of West Virginia. So you'll actually see some things that say Wheeling, VA, as in Wheeling, Virginia. So that's kind of neat. Old factory town. They still have the signs up for the Wheeling Cigar Factory and Wheeling Automobile Factory and stuff, like early 1900s stuff. So that's kind of cool. And then, like a lot of these towns, jobs went away, houses kind of went to crap, and then people have been fixing them up, though. It's not to like Brooklyn condo loft development level yet by any stretch, but definitely being fixed up. People are finding inexpensive houses that need work and working on them. There's a Wheeling Central Market that has, you know, all the cutesy shops. It has a actually excellent bakery and a fresh coffee roaster, and there's 2 brew pubs right adjacent to Wheeling Central Market, so that's nice. And some good restaurants, flower shops, and you know, everything else you could want in a nice little city market like that. Very, very cool. Definitely worth visiting that. And then it's just a very walkable city. The only downside is, of course, it's extremely hilly, so kind of north-south along the river isn't that bad, but if you want to go east-west, you're going to be going up or down a very big hill, very steep hill very quickly. The hills rise from really around here about 2,000 foot elevation, and that may not sound like a lot, especially for people out on the west coast, but that's 1,500 foot prominence, so 1,500 feet above the surrounding country, and a very steep, sharp rise. So they're pretty aggressive hills here. They're not slow, gentle things, and they're starting from a low elevation, so they stick up a lot, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Coming up here to Cabela Drive. A lot of you are probably familiar with the large retail chain Cabela's, the hunting and outdoor store. This was their only East Coast location for a very long time, and man, was it packed. They have the restaurant that serves bison and all that kind of stuff, and all the stuffed critters and all the, you know, interesting shirts and hats and guns and bows and arrows and things. People would come from all over the East Coast just to go to this location and buy their stuff, because there wasn't a store like that on the East Coast. We had Bass Pro Shops, but they were much more about fishing than hunting, so it's a little different feel. And then 70 is such a big corridor, people traveling east to west, so I used to drive past it all the time, and it was a great place to stop because there's a gas station, there's food, there's a little shopping, so you can walk around and stretch your legs, let the kids look at the aquarium and the animals and all that, and then get back on the highway and keep going. Now they have Cabela's all over, at least all over Ohio and PA, so it's not as much of a tourist location, but it is still there. And actually they've significantly expanded the shopping up on that road. There's a Menards, Myers, a Walmart, a Target, Books A Million, a bunch of restaurants and gas stations and hotels, and it's definitely a shopping mecca for this area. And here we are, Dallas Pike, the TA, and the Pilot, and some of that stuff over here. Believe it or not, this video is almost over because we are very close to the Pennsylvania state line. Or would that be the Pennsylvania Commonwealth line? I'm not sure. It is a Commonwealth after all. So we are heading rapidly there. This is fun. We get to cross an entire state together. That's kind of exciting. 3 states in one. And a pretty day for it. Alright, here's the sign. West Alexander, PA, 3 miles. Little Washington, 17. New Stanton, 60. All right. Washington, PA. Another cool town. I spent a night there once about a year ago and did not have a chance to explore as much as I'd like, but they had some interesting stuff. They had a whiskey rebellion museum with some colonial history there, and a lot of stuff I would have liked to spend more time exploring. Now this construction is going to significantly increase the length of this video, it seems. If I'm planning to hit PA before I stop it, we have to hope that the traffic rolls. Can look out at the scenery on the side. It is pretty. Very pretty country out here. It's pretty over here too. Give them a break. Hard at work. Glad it says give them a break and not give them a hand. I'd hate to see all these people getting out and hopping out of their cars to go hoist a shovel and move some asphalt. It seems like it would be very inefficient, so I guess we'll just stick with giving them a break. Alright, mile marker 12.5. Yeah, I like going through West Virginia. I'm here about twice a month. It's a pretty state. There's not always a lot to do unless you like outdoor activity, in which case there's a ton to do. It doesn't have a lot of stuff and it doesn't have a lot of people, and sometimes that's just what I'm looking for. I really appreciate that. You really do feel like you've gotten away from it all and gone to a different part of the country, even though it's literally, for me, the next state over. I really enjoy it. The people are super friendly, super nice. There's a lot of breweries and things like that, and some really good restaurants. I even found a Vietnamese restaurant last time I was in Morgantown that was really good. So, not necessarily the West Virginia you always imagine it was, or maybe used to be once upon a time. It'd be a neat place to get a cabin up in the woods and just kind of get away from it all and enjoy peace and tranquility and roaming around your own land. That's the dream, isn't it? Anyway, for now I'm roaming across the country in my Toyota. And as I mentioned before, we are on Interstate 70 and just about to hit Pennsylvania, the next exit. There is no legal way at this point to remain in the state of West Virginia, because you can't U-turn, so you have to be in Pennsylvania at some point. The point of no return. And I think we're hitting that point right here. Washington County line, Donegal Township. And welcome to Pennsylvania. Pursue your happiness. Visit pa.com. So there you go. 3 states, 1 video. You made it. Thanks so much for joining me. I had a great time filming this, and if you enjoy seeing my driving videos and not just my walking around videos, leave a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you like to see, and I will do my best. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great time, and I'll see you the next place I go. Bye-bye.